Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its ranges velvet, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its ranges velvet, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its ranges velvet, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its range is velvet, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its range is velvet, where love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its range is velvet, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Bella, my island, you are heaven to me. Bella, my island, heaven to me. Beloma Island, you are heaven to me. Beloma Island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free. We give our hearts to you, whether young or old. I pledge my life to you, for you are my soul, my emerald island, in splendor called to you. Its rain gets vivid, with love shines through. Your golden moonlight and your bountiful sea. Beloma Island, you are heaven to me. Beloma Island, paradise of the sea. Beautiful people, so strong and free.
Lawrence ra 87.9 ego Paradise FM ngarel belaw etirel direk Lawrence gid ra ikrel belaw logi wa PNCC streaming malungil tutaw le gor kami el alsil seng trim elon mulgop singi laboy long edel lurior niya temela selvi clip press conference gid ma obenged el tutang ania His Excellency Sural Sweep Junior niya President Trablur belaw direk lang obenged atangakal Vice President Trablur bela Minister of State el Che Udo Songbaw Senior madirek atangakal Charles Obiang nga Minister of PII madirek atangakal Galeb Udo Junior el Minister of Finance matangakal ngiday belas mutu el Minister of HRCTD direk nga niya tukubet el okya gargid el lobenged el nga niya Miss Ernestine Ringil nga Attorney General ra Blur Belaw madirek Mr. Jeffrey Antol nga Director of Foreign Affairs sa Ministry of State, ma Miss Eunice Aguiwol nga Director of Domestic Affairs sa Ministry of State, ma Persir Elul, Mr. Persir Elul nga Acting Director of BMR, madirek Sher Madraisaw nga Director Public Health ra Hospital, ma Alandisang Kotarol nga Chief of Staff ra Office ra President. Dalaway siya rabodomu le radaman tanatre Pastor Dwight Alexander o mangedral tutaw bukong ulal ngumsambol biskida ang lungu bodomu urtel press conference rigit dion
ay malungil tutay presidenta kama vice president mar ministers mal saurat te alat melgo kom te iglesia al mema pogudor sedro giwang lungu por lo multi press conference Erabo kululu presidente kultur ye di bokti le atarabat sa Biblia. Ti albat sa mga Psalm 47 verses 7 to 9. Mulwa say adios aging rablul adrogir. Modang si elolab alitak. Adios am ngadredra rogul blue. Dong okler aging elel omredra armredra blue wat magal may eloban tri radal adios. Ao makreak rar adram gamath aklokle la Dios. Ngi amarre de la rokuy. Seguidi abat se kuringit tarbek albot telek le bodo der sit press conference lo giwang lungu. The mabrabakal Dios aki o giwang algem Jesus Christus maklisi ela eda rengar kau eda karang mamre alto tau emo odang saw ekop kalaw emrenga sulem agi togobet serubakal el merenga sulem el girela blumam nyaklebog al blue rubak ngari nyabudra al serel al time digi same rubak al mar kaulmei direge rubak al gi morenga sulem el girela mo taklame rubak el dol tirak la edal kingem egam lut kertire rubak al momodredra blumam togobet selal koramring iletitu al time tirgagi yang al litergau al momotiga gra blumam magi togobet serubakal ladong samrenga sulem el girela president termam vice president tirgal ministers ngartiang marogul adrir yol ngiteru baga togobet seklangal tanga tergal mortir pastiri rubaga lom sereng pastiri radu ureng pastiri rubaga blaga reng el monsieur rubaga arbek ladr belau togobet serubag osabakle rubaga blumam rarakta tirgal osabakle lablu rubaga ratugara rula akiol ngiteru baga lo ase polngu adredr el vaiselo modredr el kau opang el baitel giblam ibil ngarap salma kam redra rogul toy kaum tebela rogul toy polo kasium erubagal ngarap lumam pol sabarire rubagal kut mukliab lu rubagal mar adel selba akla el dearan dire rubagal ngartial klabogala al tigi samal mlar kaul mei idrege rubal malo terkli tial press conference ramam kaltanga tertire rubag mai gel toy momdo ma bek la do motwabada Pols ele rubagal mokladar ande adrablu mel bornyabud amakal tarring. Pols amam rubagal mola imo mam rogui. Algut mokliablu mam rubag pol olte rubaga sel tarring rubagal madala atahiyo mai galbek blu rablu ath. Migiba mo kasiu rubagal ngarablu ath lo tuti sel kingem lo asay ayel blu nya udios rubag asel ba aklel blu. Agimreng asulem dibl oil on gitaga rogui. El ngaraedan kelang algem el Yesus Kristus lo seblam el morar. Amen.
Amen. Katambreng asuli la Pastor Dwight Alexander a Coror Evangelical Church no el meskida blessing el tutau el altame guntira Steve Staff ra president el landi sango taron bol meskida welgami el tutai mamu le president el kumul dadam el bolo gara ada media.
Sulang pastor sel malungin lungo orel al tutaw malungit tutal morar bekla de tipo bumt ergi de boktong asus do malo susra ibudul maraklay marubul belaw direk lo susra bilong ma ebi raklay mar masil belaw direk lo dar sa susrigi del mort tirgal ngara olbira kalulaw at ang aklet president ra senet del Hokons Paules mar senator sa Roguy at ang aklet speaker ra house Sabino Anastasio mar delegate sa Roguy Direkal malodar sa susrigid del morar mga takle legal state government tergid rogul governors ma rogul ada legal olbil mar speakers direkal malodar siya susrigid del al total more tirgel pekal athletes el participate ra belau games telangar igel langaringil oyeng direkal angaringar kukoreng sa press conference pamadodorok ra ng total morar bekla tilungil basule presidente le korka molmol mo
Kuturo malungil tutaw, mil tutal mora igdul mara klay mar bugul belaw ma pilung ma ebre klay mar masil belaw mar bekl ma taklela blur belaw mar bekl other belaw al ngara al sel belaw ngara ayang al mora hotcharigi mangara klela blur belaw mal gora will sales will weather wa blur di ul la wa malungila sunshine today kudai setel athlete sirgida malungila rendir degal sel modud abili reela this last Thursday kadam lara gurandal track and field and open games mal mistri ter ngalgar orel trigadi do abilir edriga bodam regal modu tirana mugisen bral tom da sonex game dini rabta ulum no giril di lak landi se abla garrengar tir ma clamare garrengar tir tial al togora klogole seldom table wad ngirel waisengari sel spirit trigida ma clamare garrengar gidrom table wad kadam ral congratulate tir say play hard be safe مران سيرات عارسين دريق القدملو رونسيا مس ريل الشر ستوري ريل say we should always aim for the sky and things can be possible we just have to be dedicated committed and we there are limit we congratulate them games amal mol just continue to play hard play safe and be good sportsmen. Diregal elal this last week Maria teledruk meter tigel terur tokta altira mqatatal ngar belawol in fact tiga mlegel dingar terul Sunday one al pulmonologist ngelo ngara ada ma diregal orthopedic surgeon in fact gadora mlania gora ada mle sodan mrenga sulele yidi milgiri nga mlele tera sera Tuesday night and dilu mot dimla rabot kalmol mogabsi so he did 4 surgeries before he left tiriganga adong trail tiga toktang ra shinkong logi usel assistant sa abla government at time tamer belara pekara gal uk help ri dra ge specialty sertir mlegil ding arterul sanden ditial luk gorion ngari ra Taiwan et milgauder bela ma doctor mogol la blora se ndia mo sikro la gal mesko ge Taiwan dira ol mol ngambral tirmal diruriol mol mol sera time loral ngamral men asulera doctor Huang ge ukne doctor ra pulmo ma doctor Su ngam orthopedic surgeon am lartiangan they were here an extra 4 weeks and really just along the seori de la clari gel temer mukada amrenga sulir sel klamri are tirtel toktanga waisel gambesтрige you know self dedication or they didn't have to work tamral they put in the time because that's their field and that's their skill and they love helping people tamral amrenga sulir sel good news was sel weekend them am al baklam mal no tokolo al baklam hopefully they'll be back. So otherwise was a myself flight finally no say in May. Last the press conference and no said announce was say for sure it's coming Wednesday. I mean Tuesday mle eli. I'm with us Wednesday. Mle eli ra as well. No say el ngari are 29 el ngalga del mle mrusel mutel mrael. 41 adim lel kay. So ngari trian ngalga del milgauder say mangari are students more patients and also the moiti trian of course gadamal mrenga sula government atayo of course tangartial el situation and temla alora 6 el patient tergida mar escorter tir el morawgurud emla alora yedro wasi gadamal mol man arsel babo la yeda covid free ala da dalbong endegal ngara quarantine kada mrenga sula ministry of health and no say el vaccinator tir allow them to return. They can go back to Taiwan and feel safe, and that's I think good news. Dirigal Ministry of Health dirigal dega adan mo oit mangaria waise director chair mo waise maria trip pergi mora ayel migar el blue a Sonsorol ma Pulwana ma Hatobe look mamrus trigel adan ngara ayel blue and make sure you get other bela asal baakle and we're safe. And I think that's always been the message. We want to open with care. We need to be protected. Cooperation or other ablul make sure that tadrus. Maybe this is a good time. I say I'm gonna let Chair Mama, Director Chair Mom Sada Yel Minister of Health, but Maria di wanna comment el suagal meigani el gira la afsel return ngare krablur belalme. Kita ada sekat open with care, ngari procedures el gira del follow, ngari gir bod amen del mo help gira del process. The one important part tercero say after sel require del quarantine order gira ngari time kamera testing. In fact gira ireng sel total was ngari ngal gir el mrai krablur belalme, el require sel 7-day testing ertir edegalme. In fact, 10%. So, the 70 last flight, 7 of them didn't show up. Mugida was a table water rogui, gida kmagal kira al sel, giran ngariangar aleth, rogui. Ya part rangar aleth, al summa government on iter yid, ese de galdir government, blur bela on iter gal wasem release ngar alem. Bor hospital, mal sum ngariang algem, no daman modongalin taal, emlen ngar omral, remind that til was a giram more test. It's about keeping everybody safe. I know, why do we need to test? But it's about being responsible and so that make sure other understand that was a leather rogui. we've done everything to protect ourselves, but still, travel safe. So kadon itra will cooperation or other ablo. Diregal so hada lo so settial mlomregal Friday mlo sabela say the low ice and morabulado say ocean conference is on, and it's going to be early next year. Diri kada confirm wasing mo January and February, hindi ang I'll say the time frame. Kada mal marungud el los de lo la bangela Secretary Climate Change Envoy Kerry, ma Secretary Blinken emro announce and morabulado euro la mantri. It's really a partnership la bangela Mrigel material betul alay sa kita Taiwan, Masyabal, Norway, New Zealand, Australia, and help get us ready for this conference. And we're excited and looking forward. And more sel time and said invite travel ulad and merbelaw. Kita umral wasi taramle mga mokriya real ter toya vaccinating everyone. Umral wasi abol el alme meragara January February eng mos ilar tokal adal May. Ligita swada in person and conference. I'm say gal Zuma say loro din degal salungil way sel meraf. We look forward to this coming year. Invite the tokal sel del May. And maran mo highlight selu tutrela healthy ocean. So about we got to talk about ocean health and ocean wealth. We know kwadi so share was this last week no teledruk mega statement P&A conference. One of the things that I'm reminded about P&A seralgotel umurtel organization or bela mlania signing a PPR present review on the presenter cell time, and he asked me timo mega closing remarks, and the akmal remember lo say semble moktek ra P&A o say mgradar litial bod opegara Pacific lo control tier tuna. From that time and mere lang cellular tel Pacific el countries el la tuna mo sube sa iga war gida of igal den war gida di wala emla ngsedro ase emla increase cell dollar ara lang by 10 times. So we know lo ase ngsedel conserve for the world, but at the same time ang area kadamla increases el benefit more other igal al bulura tayo yung I think it's that's what it's about. It's about ocean health and ocean wealth. Lang igal kadamlo ngal tangat lida misida igal resource, how do we use them best and improve raknara other igal al bulura for so many years. Kadamlo sa igal maklol bulua ospe igal resources gida another tayo dimla kadala igal niya wal blingalet. And so we have big ocean challenges, but we need to continue to work to preserve them, to protect them for the world, but also to benefit other balancing conservation with sustainability amal close to tele. Diregal part of the reorganization or government trigid kada last week adam sign at tablo executive order ngana Ministry of Finance and myself as a ministry Ministry of Human Resource, Culture, Tourism and Development. Alsil se kadam le reaksyon la mo sign executive order Ministry of State. Look di mo mada sa igel sel the sel tutelen. I'm happy ngartia of course a minister mar director ngi maldilungil el mel design adam Tuta 16. Okay, smile. Okay. Okay. Good. Manuel Sebay kung tial kung sa Vice President lukra di mo ay sergi dirgira la executive order look highlight ay look nga ministry ni insula.
Sana Mr. Presidente malungin total mo reklado rogoy ka di swakal mo ay susitigil al gimdila al may tiragid del director so mga niya director foreign affairs director Jeffrey Antol, director nga niya Director of Domestic Affairs, Director Eunice Aguiwo, yung nga niya Director, Acting Director of Archives, Acting Director Linda Malaytaw, director nga banggit Passport Administrator, Miss Us Louie. Maltmean mo nga malawang nga sula la Mr. President amulos ba elgut maklisil Executive Order LLC, sa reorganize sa Ministry of State, le kita matangel wasisil February 17, 2021 ya President amle sign RPPL 11-2 sige the RPPL 11-2 amle establish Pala National Archives within Ministry of State mangwayal kuplel et an ratara bureau mungulgiw tegi dial Executive Order reorganize Ministry of State amlo sab al madasaygel bureau sa ma-division sa eungela Ministry of State. Kumuulwasi kita with mas aigel embassy kita Balur Belaw. Ngani embassy kita lang nga Washington DC rama Balur Amerigel. Ngani embassy kita nga Tokyo Japan. Embassy kita nga Taipei Republic of China Taiwan. Mga Manila in the Republic of Philippines. Dili ka nga embassy permanent missionary kita sa United Nations Representation Office in New York. Yang nga at tablol consulate offices sergit one el nga Guam one el nga Hawaii ngel tegi del reorganization and dimlakal office ra public defender amalmol mga ngel Ministry of State yung Palaw Passport Office di la tigit sa lukoramal exciting al lultoy ra vision ra president kira la Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade makmal so katribal spend time with it lang. Akong das for the first time na mo sabi etal ko mga tmokra career diplomats. Logi utay gidial Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Sir Claude Chancel mil katmok karingiya. Amloria divisions ra engwel tay gidial Bureau al by region. Mga niya a division al guko ngara ara US North, Central, and South America Affairs. Matiyang mo matuulgir legal bilateral relations legal below, madirikal any assistance aldola ay legal below. Dirikal mo niya Division of Africa, Caribbean, EU, Eurasian Affairs. Dirikal mo niya Division of UN and Pacific Affairs. Finally, Moria Division of East Asian Affairs. Aldo makramal meron ko presidente amlo sa elgut maglityang mlamo sa edre el angal al moria expertise certifical foreign service officer sa gidra al selay kay gidiel al regions al ngiam auriology way kay gidel kakarusel divisions. Mesela bolo way say ngay gidiel adal nga ngel gidel division na sa elgut mo expert sa gidel area. Mang selso ko mang mo niya ako ra bilateral meetings al ube nga niya adra yagi del bulul sorry al mga ra president ra Republic of Belaw nga niya get top dra Bureau of Foreign Affairs niya ako while expert sa del area mo bangela president nga ra yagi del aldo. In doing that and sabi edal investor tiragi dial adadang nga ra yagi dial area and hopefully as we move along and mosabe edal rotator tir amon yate elil guk maray gidal embassy sirgi da makansalet sirgi dal ngaray ay krel belaw logi way gidal expertise al blalangay et guk sabe edal tira ko rotate tirgel guk ngaray as il guk may et ko wal sabe edal start at gidal rotation process al lomgro tir kay gidal career diplomats mal excited like this is a new new mlamo create one Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade yung nga the 4 divisions ring plus a division of protocol may yung nga Bureau of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Nga Bureau of Domestic Affairs, nga Division of State and Community Affairs, ma Division of Gender. As you also recall with the reorganization, is a Bureau of Aging, Gender, and Disability. Presidenta Angelo sele Aging, a Disability, almail more a Ministry of Health and Human Services. Gender amle Ministry of State tagi nam katbok lamong Division of Gender under Bureau of Domestic Affairs. Siya moktekan nga amal mo kora while loltaw tesel mainstreaming gender policy bled adaptering in 2018. And then a Bureau of Archives and Media segi di archives mle ra Ministry of State ang moringi Bureau of Archives and Media ungel segi the Bureau of Archives and Media nga Division of Archives and Record Management o sabi dal store igel makreo sa tiging elabalur bela igel document ra government rigid since our inception in 1981. And then Division of Media and Information Services mubal mo ungel segi di Archives and Record Management mo sabi streamline ay kay gid tukura media ma information services. Mong koram ni gid timleswa kal highlight al-girel tiagid yung executive order that has been signed by President Whips Jr. Malorang asulila President mo o sabi gut maklimang mo sabi start tawrior ang archives. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sula Vice President kumuna rase amal beto ka question or other media kada bay mangwa ulalung mas kamiu ndi tigda di last meeting or yung man mo detail kasi tiga super ministers and sometimes hindi ka lola ba answer rogui makti kasi sumaya mal specific we may not be able to, we'll try our best but I'll sumaya specific question just for future please let us know ahead of time and someone prepare answer mga question gira nga or magiram dim lakal sila minister answer because dim lakal ba detail at the time but active for the future please ang open now lawal.
Ali. Tutay president tagaw ma vice president mar ministers mar beklaan. Question nga kaswa kal makot te morsel emulsador ngin mortirgel tewid ngal gal mlara at the end of the seventh day, restriction of movement at the tiro with the Nakalbora test. So, Mr. Why say the com character ngalga, como tameter tir met tester tir, that's one. And then at tirgat the McCloud, the Magagal ngalga, other below, the other Habarda, Sula.
Manlungila question terkawe kambes som one at other below adult they didn't show up on their cell testator tilling ngiri rin malaya tool test cell return cell mer bela ngaring isegid 7-day restriction of movement ngiri mo cell first tester tir cell day 7 cell day 14 tester tir. So salami sa tester tir tirgay specifically lusada tir president tong way ablal tamlami sa tester tir mangmlamo 2 times sel kim arrange 2 different dates for them to come in still at the miss so by law ang quarantine order til was also ka violate the terms sa quarantine order rakaw and you will be fined $500 or 1 year imprisonment. So trigay del other yung reporter til mura ablila bulis and then bulis ako kruli sel kukngar alir but direct kal gugi tiang edik kung baklat kalwas ngaringi tirigel ko kiri del metes trakluguk tirigel me arriver sel June 11 na UA flight makmal maklat kartil wase please miracle Google, and that would be their day 7 PCR test. Tirigel mlemisa tester tirelul sauder tira president, tirigel mlersel May 31 UA flight. Mang several times I'll give reach out to them cook arrange a different test date for tiring, and din yetting still and that'll show up. There are several things that we do every day. During the restriction of movement period, ang aring other hospital lom kodong I eat other twice a day. Just to monitor the ang aring any development of symptoms and things like that. So the day before tester tir, agil mo talam kodong tilo maklat kartir. Luasyalia tester kami akluguk, telal klok ang aring rapasyo. Please make sure kami agi kodong tira every day at the same time ang lukra al sila quarantine order tira receiving sila turbelaw, and then they signed acknowledgement formal wase agimla oy vital quarantine order agi understand agi acknowledge sa igal terms. So it's unfortunate hindi kadal I resort del more say dal mo find na other ngiril comply with igil cook terms ra quarantine order tirle laging nguk ngaringal tamalin dakal swada away gidebol guk prevent delay ra other future flights from coming in lang. Sugumar adal ngaras ko gilmi adi akal comply igil terms ra order tireng ngaringal affect ring ira guk future lomrailan may.
Sulang Director. Next question ka, egor ka Mr. President. Mlaring tial to ra WIOA Michael refunder tir. Saludo del dobal mga tmok refund del mortigal WIOA recipient. Ang aring legal opinion ra Senate Legal Counsel alwasay. Saludo da those pay ngi mga tmok refund dawalo lamal laralla. Mang di mo so kalwa yung auto siya milgirel sa higit ang laptop del legal opinion ra Senate.
Dia malungil kita malumra se awala ngara check and balance angara la albira kalola direct question mang kita urtuira minister kita finance ukurtuira legal opinion ngia relia action ngi mang pai kwate alle koradi sate al mul bolsodi.
Thank you, Kambes, for that question. I did hear about that activity with the Senate regarding their opinion on the payment or the payout. So let me just clarify, as the paper has reported that it's erroneously deducted from the holdings. So the rules that were reviewed at the time that the deductions were made under the previous government, there was allowance for deduction of taxes. Unfortunately, the interpretation was not clarified as to what type of tax, and the rule specifically references income tax. And income taxes in the United States, you claim refunds at the end of the year. So because our law is not an income tax, it's a salary and wages withholding tax, and there is no refund provision at the end of the year, the U.S. government said this is not the type of allowable deduction that's from the benefits that they were giving. Plus, it is a benefit, not a salary or wage. So that was their legal opinion. Our Attorney General agreed with that position. But with regards to the actual payout, the funding source was the Cross-Act funds. Cross-Act funds are for unemployment assistance. These payments from WIOA were unemployment assistance to beneficiaries who were Palawan. If the U.S. government did not extend the program additional months up to September, it was our plan under the Cross-Act to, and I had set aside some money to pay those beneficiaries who would be losing funding under the CARES Act. So I used that reasoning to take money out of the Cross-Act to pay the benefits that we had deducted for taxes out of during the last administration. So that was the thinking behind it. And if the congressional lawyers have an issue with that, we can discuss that between us and with our lawyers and clarify what needs to be done. Let me also just advise you, since I have the microphone, on Friday, we had paid out made those payments to the WIOA beneficiaries. We had paid out 901 people checks. 299 remain to be collected at the end of Friday, and we are dispersing those checks through the core Treasury office behind Civic Center. So if those people had not picked up their checks yet, they can go to Treasury and pick up their checks, those 299 people who didn't get their checks on Friday.
Eladik comment kambesa kumbra lo se asel goto klau tutela la ay gaudu dir araf el kadamna tergakil wasengiri el mawlut el mortir من قدروا سيجي قدروا يقول رايل القط مكليسي قدا بايديوني ترى دور بيلو سي مالشوم غني ترى لو دغلي لو تبدي هذه تستوبري يقوم دوسن هذا سيجي دا باي قدر مغلو رول قلو سي مال غني ترى المدغلي دو تبدو دو دو سوترين دي سير قط كلو توتل دو مراني سي زوت مسوتري ara يجي دو مرال سي قدر تيرا لا امرو لا قال تو يم بد سولان راجل
Mr. President, sel toira CASP audit emla tua bada reporter ngi margo mangarngi a joint resolution of introducing a set temla passing a senate melang ara house relang el urge gaul wasay more ka daigel payment tel mora ADB el borngi al dadu el mesal mal maklo obra da bebi raigel el findings el sel audit mangwadi swakal di ngaw do swem girel segi dul das wasay bodore ka a payment leng ngora terra kekalurior mada adhara adia kalungil tel product la kalungil segi dawal gora agum sel resolution se agora basis se ngadi swakal di ngaw do swem girel se
so kada rega payment el mora ADB len kantila ADB I guess كده غير الكويشن اللي غير العسكري ADB abangal mils كده alone oratela aurora agith ngarbelo ngora al sum gomlo nora bangeng alone mara ramle me un accident kam de kam hara orngin mora abangal en foltra abangal mils kamlai deksan aktra understand ra logic marsum mral ngilul dasu kada alsum a folta هذا المسكاودو agira del di gida agira del mo andersen así kita ngari ngar alet alsum kadum lo melsi del ngwa alon el ngulme agira del harauri mangada understand sel canción other olbi malsum ngari a fault sel audit report wase un fault tra ADB el miskit teludo clearly and then I understand wase ngaram de agira del pairing abai klo tutelo wase mgara del little source system el mawrio radimred así abai gira del canción y la primera así abai ba dirga khana halfway ma msila dirga by the help prop you see kutum clear mal bolung la source system regi da abai let's work on that elen I understand so the bol le qadhara bel sed ndi ade qalwil practice mo de qalsed un excel loan sula
iti agida bom last del lo amo last del questioner ngak tokoira housing ngarngi sel National Housing Commission so kumda sing angara ministry ra MHRCTD understanding nga ka kasi sera bol merek sel $15 million sel dingilu loan ablado ngu disperse ngi el mortgage first time home owners mar displaced My understanding ra report ra Claire Harvey ra at one time mo albi ako sing ngania 51 or 59 el blay ngara pipeline and din tikiat ya ludo. Magari kawasi. Sige the program na National Housing Commission kardir kam ngatmak kol kora malamol marangi al ubang ngania korangot al ngeso al sugu ngania uldo swedel kirila tirigay gitel adal koram lo apply mengira angeso sulang.
So just to give update here sel tora pala housing America Tel Housing Commission say they giving other bailout الوا loan say loan el national government كده other bailout روكو يامو من قادرين يجلو دودا دينا المسا NDBP ما pala housing يتيرا loan أو تيجل كده مدينة say كده أديك سيد دي مل دي هو السيستم بابلال سن مراقبة المنت الغرمنت تغير ماكسيموم السيل دي ملال مي so say while grant اللي يقولون مسا NDBP government ربلا مو مال سري من عمره لو سين أمرين الجيدا الموت لو مال سري الgovernment أو مال سري اللي مساو دودا let's say NDBP or pala housing أبا يجي لدرام مسيني واسي مقراد هيل NDBP الوقت تيلو مال سرتير لنا extra لو دودل المرو لقال housing program اللي yeah so هذا ما سبب هذا جيرة المو balance just to keep the economy going كذا ملامل سيدر ADB نسبة alone all time to keep things going so جيرة I think جيرة مو بلغتك مر أدرى بلوم جيرة continue لو سيجاو دود المو NDBP إندين نوم أمو دخل gift الديمو تيرا جيرة help تيرس ميجاو دود لو تور so there was two ways to do that one NDBP at top the loan get another loan I say di wati loan ang nila government another option sel dulsa niya before was bolsil accept deposits mara depositors laudo the bolsil loan out so yagi del tu rala dawro lam ga NDBP lo se magara sa el motora mred mara adal sil tigan nga pipeline bolsil malanon but I get rate the bled give out before unless there's free money and more NDBP adal sil malmol mga yagi the rate I don't know if you saw early in the year na igal babing other NDBP mar other pala housing and melo mangarila udodora government already kadam nam street telo do tiran muter mangarila be filma doesn't make any sense to me so ayagi da gira del magatak le by the help tils misi trir mate del by misi di til loan udodora siga funding bolsi le improve igal program til no sera other balo so sulang na will get
I guess malungil tuta president I guess amla open na wala marong question so ako tot question na mora I guess ko ka wedi na kalmora share el base sel last press conference ko mukora milsa dara se kom change ra se requirement quarantine certificate sing dirga malmol ma do me septol atal namo na vaccinated el auxoril me setara kora obstacle dirga bolo kotruringi pam answer se and then the next question
sulang bram leire ma video awla mora share mo update girel say by update the whole process
Thank you, Lay. Halevik gora provider just a little updates ra tele lab SL directive. I'll more replace cell current directive 13-21. Mangdiaka mal there are some changes that are going to be made. As you know, once the outreach ra 99.7% ra vaccination rate ra adult population. So I think we're safe among namogira del book omisa baby regular restrictions rigi they could change el mo atter el situation rigi rabelao so I get more changes el mo mursel SL directive mo el all time the restriction of movement rigi 7 days the mo reduce ringil mo 5 days entry requirement tadir ko CC you are still required to provide a proof of your vaccine with their second dose taken at least 14 days prior to your departure. We are still requiring a negative PCR test, but this time around, the expand the testing platform again. So, still ang PCR platform, hindi kadam expand most of it accept ay baby specimen. And I know once I say mal kora issue ay previous flight like mal dim na restrictor ngil mo o di accept nasopharyngeal mo oral pharyngeal, but this time around like mo expanding mo into the nasal direct cell multiperinatal type of specimen. More options are the cell lola PCR testing mo sal lora complicated with the last time. I wanted just to announce that the expander testing mo include all other foral specimen type, which is also recommended by CDC. Mang segi mo reduce cell restriction of movement from 7 and mo 5 days. Kada di mo tester cell day 5 and mo eliminator cell day 14 test. Lel all time kada mrura day 5 ma day 14 test. As I said ang kadora I'm now reached at a certain level of vaccine rate rigid mang sabedal ko kami sa gigid restrictions rigid ko olang directal tirigel ngalakal under 3 years old who are traveling and met pura belaw mo exempt from a PCR test. Same naman na requirement na reform tolo ya di nomala a PCR test emet po mel akada mo rulil wasel so kung mga laka under 3 yung exempt from that requirement. The other thing is this summer kada almost tattle kada mo roll out ka vaccine rigidal gira adolescent age group, which is age is 12 almora 17 mang kada di mangilera EUA 12 del gira la paternal gira larangal and then kada start roll out and hopefully within next month in to the EUA makada kuk start almrusra rangal between age 12 to 17. All time cell maternal do bang akuk 18 and above misel guk mo EUL bol issuing FDA akuk mo o target territorial age group 12 almost 17 misel guk ta segi dia akuk direct mo wan ra alter cell SL directive wasing 12 almost 17 na direct mo o require tiram Brussels cell level 2 the as of now minors traveling met pura belaw they are exempted from vaccine as long as they're traveling with vaccinated parents. And then there goes a requirement that met pu ang will provide a negative test result a vaccine proof of vaccine. Also kung makamla ko before met puro belaw we can provide a proof recovery document certified by your physician and was saying yes kamaral mleko with before hindi kamla recover like sometimes they go recover and then several months later and it still show up on your test Weigel historical case, so that's going to be another requirement sugum kamla talm COVID miso isa belaw ang gire mo bang a documental approval was kamla recover. I can give you all major changes in more as a directive, President, if
maybe I can just add a little bit. Umaral wase sel mal moktegar gida tral mamrur teidel QC system mo bayot ma tial QC actually sel system relal niya arada contactor olgri le ma Ministry of Finance el malak clearance mangara se after the June 20 flight اسمهم تروب موديا ويسي لينغرا اولى موديا قدموا فالو سيل وا سيستم رام ريجر ال تايم الغاريا ليست رايجل requirements so يجي the requirements يجي the واسي نجيرل لو vaccine اسوم adult نجيرل نانوا PCR test within 72 hours and the same types of test ال CDC او سبي مو لا airline الشغرا other say إذا أكتم verify سيل بربلهم trying to ease up the process ang mobiyot mga more responsibility sa airline al check. Guidelines are clear, they follow, and then the check take it 20 alas del kora alola clearance ra already ma Ministry of Finance after saying mo di adangar alel. So mamo da already help prakal make sure kam lang right the test. Sige da gira da mo understand ri. Ngar alem lakalt mo over airport reject ka airline and gawal dim lang follow ay gel la ngari. I say you should know lo asing ara required the ram show up on mo airport malaka mo mondar other skogi mangara. That's part of the kada shift the responsibility. Kung sa Ministry of Finance amral patient mga ada ang ara deng wago le betoka ay gang to ay sana kasi 3 days before al to sales ko yen deka liwir le tiadia di mangalkal dengwa mga trial al balance ay aktir ang mga sing sebakring artir we ask people say follow the guidelines, work with the airline, and don't be surprised over airport that sumdim lang mo tirak laygay airline will say no because there's so you need to be responsible. Di why sell la berger vela do say yer mo test you need to be responsible. Some things that we've also learned kitsel dol tirak la CDC guidelines adal mel la vaccinated CDC doesn't test them anymore. But part tersegido opening with care we test. I say so that's an extra layer that we're doing just for our own security, ma safety ra abalwado mo. That's why we do it because seguido el dolor niya director open with care. Direkal giran mokter sa sila lamera de mal direkal manuel ay CDC guidelines ang maloliso sa summa vaccinated ang activity appropriate ng radia. So I think they're going to work on making clear diagrams maradal may clear lo singal activities in room madia. Because one of the things that's what they're clarifying is al summa tourist temer bela kera pandemic certified hotel e mora alba bengara that's okay. Then follow the guidelines and blada specify. In fact, the moment I'm reading all time, traveling is back to normal. A stadium amura adaling, they're vaccinated. That's the concept. That's why we all got vaccinated. And I know lo sing maring rigideng maran lewila urera Ministry of Health. We have to thank them for that. And educate there are other COVID, may get risk of COVID. Hindi, ilang give them understand say we've been vaccinated, we're prepared, but we're still opening with care and we're requiring tests before they leave and then we're requiring tests while they're here and we're still restricting our movement because we want to be careful. Kadamaral mga sula adra blue ara sel le klamaria dengan artir momrus katakal mo. So sulang
just very clearly el article that sorry el merbelar after June 20 ana mo dakal el borsel website el apply quarantine certificate that mo tirak like el ngaling guidelines
the new process you'd have already kicked in after June 20 mo airline mo screen as the president said.
And then some of the things that help our process ela celebrate belaw en area briefing kada siya dong sign. So one of the things that doru ri director can share sel besel former gid the fill out the role information esel back of sign sel mal mo blakata karsel wa sa lang mo tirak la fine ka 500 tala per day plus mo sa mo bus. You know those are the things that are going to be clear so you sign mesel omger the turnover sel blam signing o isa evidence ro say kamle vaccinated I get a negative PCR test so those are the things that so we don't have to hold them we know last flight almost 2 hours at the whole airport every for them garang I get trial speed up our process and help convenience or other but that means Adam has to be more responsible so kita we sell form bomodangli lo say assume they come show up you want to get fined area possibility up to 1 year so
okay Madalas a question transfer at tel ol ko yung mora sa toy. Te mora tigil tel bes el executive order el mora foreign affairs mora ministry of state mention vice president lo asem la moni kay kidal kan 4 different regions regions under ngora amlaringi ra other nga sede president ra alele lo ase atara tokol bodoru ringi al amo malasam el kora wada katap presenza ri kita igal en economy ri kita el alta melwal kora mal tait mang tiagi del el policy expand igal region ng yang kora specifically to build career diplomats alubeng policy otia ku position rebela ginela kukusangnya deragal diplomatic relations lagi derablula sila ko nati more of policy question.
Hello, Oscar Vice President.
Mal misal Mr. Clara Ungilger sel tora wase tora ikanamais kida sel mil sangal wasem le close sel office ra ay gagi dele Fiji le close office ra gidra ay gagi dele Saibal igel tul ma igel mangwa koram lo cut down ra cost diesel tegi del divide up aiga divisions and mo concentrate mo focus ra a specific regions akot the builder tegi del capacity tirkal foreign service officers lorior elang waya the start el malisi tegi del aldo makasa career diplomat misbir el ke then president sabi elo Mr. Tire ko ka either appoint them to become ambassadors al ubet ko ka appointed tiral moragel office el assigner tiral moragel office regidel nga raikrel belaw minsil go gawdior let's say the first secretary ta mangaringi segi diel labor ay gigidel office lang within their region ito wal kora ngaringa cloud ng tira segi dia memoria expertise regid kita mal gagrel below kita lila 93 countries kita member at the global community la the member UN mangira del be able to say del koloring capacity building ma ada makasala adin ding mo sa ela imol adal kukongra say the region mo expert trigel balul nga al sel say the regional nga ni just for example selmo East Asian affairs would be handling Japan, South Korea, Taiwan ngagel kuknges $1 say ma akora policy issues makora bilateral relationships tuwal bol nga rin ako kora wal masisi al mol at kadang tiril girel mang sibil advice ra president ma ministers kel cook issues that altubra ay diel balo sige di ako ramle udason al allow the president also to add on.
I think a question so are we expanding? It's about organization and trying to make it more efficient. Mundekal necessarily kada edrarad kada di mo ba urein mo blagta kasi tida special tirga or alsel office lang to hopefully make it more efficient and more responsive. Sige da ako mo. And then hopefully for example sum ngara embassy ra siabal ukna mo swal return geluk staff ng RC engel ng artel uk special sa siabal sa elmo. So we have that integration and that ganang Taiwan same thing ande ko lura ambassador and ingel ngari or ambassador we need to encourage that process to work kada help para specialize mo familiar mo we can be more effective ra urera regal bulu yeah
okay so if I may Mr. President la answer question that you raised akti so kal edel direkal wase tinakal mistra incentive tinakal foreign service officers to become expert into mo ngari segi del incentive to learn more and become better at the regions that they're handling. Sulang.
Miltuta, Mr. President. Tiang follow up el mora Director Madraisaw. Sebem ngani atuan merak na single second historical case em nerbelaw. Olgom law ay sermi kung dimla katalbot se ray krel belaw. Sing meral toy malumendia.
Why say maral when askal waseng mlaring atal lagobi then indilul waseng diak. So man sabi ala adal COVID ding diak symptoms ringi mandakal bol get tested madakal boraw gurul mandakal ding il waseng COVID. So that could be the case. So moving forward, one of the questions earlier as a directive wasing one requirement ta adagirel sugumong la COVID and provider approve a recovery document signed by physicians. So that's one of the requirements to give masker travelers sa local metmal sugum tamla COVID they recover. So it is a historical case. The test shugul wasing historical. So like I said, al tang amral mle COVID, ndim lakal ngaringa symptoms ringi, mendim lakal go ket bolo laya test bolo ningil wasing positive, or ngaringa symptoms ending appear gora symptoms ratre terma at omda solwasing aktisme ratre emongil. So it's possible mle waisel mle COVID ndim lakal laget tested mendim lakalo dingay.
Sula Director. Ngani ay sel direct melgot na setial. Ngani baby rablu dal accepted dal test result CPR el doba. Lendiaga certified dal adult civil administered tiagiden el doba. Sengmeral toy malubendia.
So a PCR tester kita dobang and it's not so much a tial masiling, it's a lab kita diagal CLIA certified. So kuktora tele la labing ngaringa igel de dulwasing ngaringa certification el wuraka our lab full a different category ra tele la certification ra lab. So I'll use Hawaii as an example. Hawaii adi accept a lab a test result from certain lab long model wasing testing partners. El trigay the lab ablal certified el CLIA certified. Ngaringa ongoing communication maal office president Hawaii. Excuse me. El lawyer labangela Hawaii wasing magarang able sa beril accepta ay el test result trigay sinsing alabrigida dirga with the CLIA certified at this point. But ako ang akti aware Hawaii as of now rest accept el PCR test el gida mrula.
So la Director tigda mutulwana. Kadgora isaiga restrictions gida start June 20. Tangani arado loget na sega gida CPR test result el dolab Michael Carter gid. Acceptable el dospel mosois para baby rablu. Egan direct approved la WHO. Degal dil CDC rablu American.
Ngoy say so el test el gida mrula PCR is universally accepted as the golden standard del platform testing. El vaccine el gida ospe el vaccine rarat. El vaccine el already FDA approved. Direct el WHO mang approve del vaccine. So a vaccine el dobang a Moderna mang say worldwide the Moderna is accepted by and has been approved by FDA and WHO.
So la Director, Mr. President, huwag reporter del Minister se Mr. President, kaman sulang aktireng salgo kumlo visitor hospital tanom regelwik.
I see.
Ngani aradan mal sorry del korolngiter kau. Ngo since ngira ite Dr. Victoriano
Agora consultant del COVID-19 arbelaw. Togor olni tergap na sendat sabemel. Agora olni terngin bol sabel direk korang ra contract lo ngeseura toktang tel global hospital lo mesar adat smer. إذا قال ديني أبو السبيل المقدمة لو سيسيولونيت المورا سيناتور كوارتي ما ديريك الدكتور روبرتس.
ده تلا غورا malungin uldaso di tiga already ngari clinic ertir gira the respect rasing ulang ngari clinic ertir sorry private but of course and they can stop reading mo ask ertir na umra lo ase tiga sumari patient ertir mo ni mun chill el help ertir ngar say that's the current procedure and they can stop ertir ding appointment through their private clinic tira omgar tira bolseren se kantil omgar ertir di se lo ase the more employed hospital vertical restaurant talk hospital direct askertir of course instead of askertir and
then gora the consultant gora advisory level
there all time doctoriano already advisory get
wow
se ngari contractor lo ngel hospital maul gadablo los peri la advice gidra especially ter to covid ma se director share share
Dr. Riano applied the contractor last year with funding support from CDC, Gukora consultant for public health in matters of COVID-19. So say Guk scope rental contractor in public health.
The COVID related and digal baby rase el morara hospital adiak.
Why say funding mama mle kukti allow that particular scope of services also mamal hospital contracting dagala for direct care.
Sula director maday sawi. Mr. President ngari radel gor ogerelen. Teriran sa sira campaign el malgol moti al fire division ra Bureau of Public Safety obo presidente como rulimo tara bureau malvemo independent ra a Bureau of Public Safety. Es el transition committee a requerir la recommendation el otir clau sesiul das. El al time el gondirga gam katmok el girel en ania acting fire chief lolgo maldaga skills ngi ma training ngi el mlama mogere la gagi dulure ra fire and rescue ngara ko de swemel kirel si
de otro le te al ministerio te ahora public safety partria los en fire and rescue gida of course en ngaria plan gida lo mesa ministry and how do we make it more effective and more efficient and meter yan needs ra mang klugu Thursday gadmo swearing ngel al bes el mochibra fire and I think always that's been the problem ra past amle issue lo se area funding ligre la tora fire en moratara area that's really where the issue lies so how do we make sure that happens how do we coordinate? How do we make sure priority fire and what's the best way of doing that? And say the one mesri magada convenir gadam la statra first process which was namodi one BPS namodi tablo bureau al CLC and gadri galo mesr tial marine law fish and wildlife ma fire tell arangale lo say how do we make it operate better so Drigara omsu bundi for now more achieve Friday. Swearing in a Friday. I mean Thursday. Manamo da sing oingara al silso oingara. Klugu.
Musula presidente te la orense relam te la man mom sig de serela. Musula Mr. Presidente te amora minister matul. ma Mr. Udoy, ma Minister Obia. Minister Obia nga ungra facility lo tira ka service reorganization. Minister Udoy ungra ro visa immigration. Minister Matur ungra ro visa labor. Tangari ada lo ngit mabul sepit. Ebole sa sel parking lot sel facility nga ra civic center. Misel parking ra driver amdala emergency hospital. Le ulgom halmiring obom siswer ngirela. Ulgon dalu edo uda muyaral mirngir parking lot. Tadi sogi logerek mu tokurang ari es el minister semla biagal ngara al mortir man. Ndia lo de puntal minister aba logerengil mo girela.
Thank you, Sadoy. Our management at the ministry is aware of that issue behind Civic Center, and we're planning now to do the improvements to the parking area.
Tiagin al amaw labong al Greek. Ang mora acting director Ralu ra Bureau of Marine Resources. Asamu ma lui el kopsing el albuy la. Kam ko natin kita update ra last na ngata ko ram le brief frigi ra tele la waseng la mornya bayar ndia ke makukora o senge del gire la sum ndia ka bayar.
Sulang kambese seguido el amnamo potoko pedetop tar press conference o iso sendia ka bayar ndire ka bayar kambes di malmul mo penas mumra sel time el blel declaring president el June 20 el mora July 17 ya ultirak lagi rogol ul maigel size ringi maigel restricted el pasio da se de brasumri el mora local use local consumption ma ada civil mo mala malate el umagit ta mangang ta maigal shell samos el ultra local hindi nga local buyer malubeng ngari adrom arba sela blue es el omar seguida agora update asemu tel suma di waigar rogul fisheries sel open en allow da ngidil aden mo malail me waigal tamagay mo tiaw sel bonia seasonal fisheries egitel mo declaring ira June 20 mo July 17 sa 3 weeks open season mo sabi edel mo harvest asemu me ultra local sale trade
Sebem el kuksegi de mga asmare la kamam ka kamarulo magay kabe kan me mungudul mangi sel palung la market te ultra
ti abal sabi el kara mo ko miruti aigid mle ngai tigel adra local me contract utam le omar revelaw ki pregal bo port ma tro aregal blue ngara mo do mesa toletigal bayra se le mete de omar tel ciel se ya oldo siga adro si omar ngilen dia kamal capacity gido omar tel ciel brurgi mgadro olo se ya otru ma mgadam la brurgi sabe el mgada adar guk sorry murti aigida sabe mal me clean emergo sibil murud mo oigal hendi ko igal finished product el tang temgra mal mora PBA ultra igal ciel ma igal igal clean tama sing sabel mal sabel mok
I think naria buyer the proposal of a buyer 50 cents a pound migida mera sengaria 2 parts tialla of course kita open then they require olbira golula girel approve said export rangal samum in consultation of miguel leadership I think clearly alla kan ngara $15 more bab then they also the export te akalo en they gal fail more gida other belaw so gida really that's why even miguel bayara alsum they gal sell alsum arara they sell export ring that's why we have to be together unless a price are more selling that's what and because limited our buyers close maybe by next year move to our buyers di waigel blada dong amra dia by review tella e wase mgara dorul by finished product the export e bible open ra bekal time Puede ser la Mr. Sado la mo se el marabto el semum el mal mabto available sura
Sula Mr. Presidente me vai dolit malag dolutun masadar adrangud el blue le tel semum asbel maula employment e maul en dalutun mori across act e maul e modern lutul har radlo ro government en manamo cloa employment government e tenga suel tara mo source implement mo adabela sula Mr. Presidente dorang la tur hospital le cover si celurio hospital sel medical ward ni amlem fulla better near eli es el CT scan men direct el baby that time en urur el baby lendia se vem el di update celular sel girela MRI klasen wangara urur el girel
so batoka a project amra la otro le qadam مرور sel additional al amdashan step down facility sebna umra qabidri mosata construction ani hopefully say by January le qadam ngali tagi the problem al momse qada order so say already on track adiri qalbla ضروري nato dabid adiri qalgirel bas CT scan el 128 slice currently we're only at 16 so that means if man fine ma MRI in Lopangel so kada diri kam limit from their other hospital o mesra location el boring same hopefully di momre adar to abi de mo mura kan traction igre like el teblo to so by next year gata sel di el al sil sing mori di already namu lo ro giren sulangara gere diri kal mena sa tara macro problem ra hospital ida air condition so we're looking at different ways of solving the air condition problem at hospital maybe namu get by separate room and more split type pegel baby we know losing bring our patient so now reminder get a parina from the emergency room kunitra minister MPIM la asraba adraba bikro border ir I say and the maral why say malas malangara hospital at least once a day no me sertire helper tilen doctor la sura
ay kati di karen ngara balul me ay kes tel wanda kari latara adan mablul me asay tegal ngar umaral me sel eral me tok mo email ay kel information al mera metyang mat email al me kom lumut to loker tira official information the mal frustrated and the I guess it kau commute la sa QC mo de kal apply an Excel after an Excel flight so di segda ko complain ar bebrang aplo say om aska maki email ay garo ko document ko ki me ko mor ka mamra airport tel mutar aska mama official information so
I say amle a lot of the questions and other issues amle lab results are there. As I said, there wasn't the type of specimen able to accept, and then moving forward, then we're going to accept all other specimen type as long as PCR platform. So that's gonna take care of that issue. And then as the president saying, airline mo screen na game QC mo so mo spelled out the also lab SL directive, so that will should be able to help out.
Kora ti adra blul mal kora kora mal concern was sing lang mas ara la lul mo claim klo ko bang mal marang latir ngara kora the swim mal kira la ngesol mora coming from the community
kita mal understand the telara alu ado dangalil up and down mle $5 mo $3 lang lumut ma $5 mang umra lo se kita dim dangalil albulel belaw ngabay gira dro gira lo sem grado lang sa udu dira rat so I think albira ko lam ura process and introduce a minimum wage umra lo sa albira ko la did their part and make sure all retirees ang ari ang esol mortir aditrigal bring lo lang we need to lang sa udu dira so Kado plus other olbira kululo tiga kalobe sirsella lingara ulolir kantuni lolo girel. Kita dah ada control alu belum ada control. Habis ada control ni ase ada lolo tiam gara mau na udur. Dari kamu aska habis el ministerio ase kamu mau ada olbil musik rasa gara help pertir. Gara deira los pe mega will decision. Ada. Sudah. Yang gua malungil goltal less than 1 hour and a half. Mada dilungil the namo dilungil ada pura update last announcement tergi da gotrule kada mal so dal congratulate uk aget togubet sel sir uk na muatararak. We should always be grateful for every year of life that we get. Special happy birthday mora Soren's mayor gangara Bureau of Marine Resource. Diregal happy birthday mora Pualani Pedro gangara Public Work. Ma Kayla Colden gangara PNA Panau National Aviation Authority. Happy birthday to them. We wish them the best. Tel togobet since me tege rogul ukmlonia birthday tel all week. وما المسؤولة لا دوسة لو ممكن تناترا نورمال ممكن تناترا بالواد ما كده روقوي ما next Wednesday مسؤولة.
هذا لو يصير سيدا مولى مولى لا press conference جديد الألون ذي الورير التريم الألون ملقبسين لابويل غضورنا سولي لا تريل partners جديد رابك التايم ضروري تل press conference غني أبلاو ميديا غانسول ما أبلاو National Communication Corporation PNCC تريل دروك لا signal rigid el mura outside el bela mtigel ada dangar kel bela so illo mesrigid orange rigid TV with that al wil silsile gorgomi wana kira blue adro kir el yoskur mam ngar bela le gong el tamek moidi mura PFM 87.9 magmoran segel regular program radio station egi invite ramil me channel mam sel next el belsel ngedel uriol el 26 el gobsila ongelol mulbuila ومال مسولان ميغان
Beloma Island, paradise of this